You're watching DriftEcho. Every frame, a new flame. Season 3 might not introduce a louder threat. It might introduce a deeper one. Because while fans debate overlord alliances and speculate about who betrays who next, something quieter is forming in the background. Casting hints. Deliberate gaps in promotional material. A character slot that exists but hasn't been filled publicly. No grand teaser. No silhouette reveal. Just absence. And in a show built on spectacle, absence is intentional. Theories are circling two massive possibilities. First, a figure tied to the true origin of corruption. Not just another powerful entity, but something closer to a source code. The rumored root beneath Hell's chaos. Not the ruler. The reason. Second, a reimagined Cain. Not as a hot-headed rival or tragic sinner, but as the first fracture in creation. The first moral failure. A being who predates Hell's modern structure. Not an overlord. Not royalty. Something older. And here's where it gets interesting. If this character exists, they don't need to dominate the room. They don't need a villain song. They wouldn't shout. They would observe. Imagine someone who looks at Charlie's redemption hotel the way a historian looks at a failed empire. Calm. Analytical. Almost sympathetic. Not mocking her dream, just understanding why it won't work. That's a different kind of antagonist. Because the real threat to Charlie isn't brute force. It's doubt. What if Season 3 pivots from turf wars and celestial politics to philosophical warfare? What if the conflict isn't about who controls Hell, but about whether Hell was ever broken to begin with? Charlie's entire mission rests on one fragile foundation: belief. The belief that souls fall because they choose wrong. That redemption is a door anyone can walk through. But what happens if someone ancient suggests something else? What if evil isn't a mistake? What if it's a constant? What if Hell isn't a malfunctioning system corrupted by tyrants, but a perfectly functioning one designed to reflect what souls truly are? That kind of character doesn't need to attack the hotel. They just need to ask the right question at the wrong time. A conversation with Charlie that lingers. A quiet exchange with Lucifer that forces him to confront something he thought he understood. A presence so fundamental that even the overlords don't know how to categorize it. Not a conqueror. A revelation. Season 3 could introduce a figure who doesn't want to destroy hope, only dissect it. Who doesn't deny redemption exists, only questions whether it changes anything essential. And that's terrifying. Because if the origin of evil steps forward not as a monster, but as a calm, rational truth, then Charlie can't defeat it with power. She has to outgrow it. So here's the question Season 3 might be building toward. If evil didn't begin with rebellion, but with nature, if it's woven into the design itself, can redemption still mean transformation? Or does it simply mean acceptance? If the quietest voice in Hell turns out to be the oldest, will Charlie's dream burn brighter? Or finally flicker? Stay with DriftEcho.